Welcome, welcome to the Ocean County School Counselors Association Virtual College Fair. We have an awesome lineup of institutions for you to hear from this evening. And before we get started, I just wanted to share a couple of housekeeping items. Number one, your camera and your microphone are off. This is a webinar, so our panelists cannot see or hear you. Sign up for more sessions. This is an awesome way to learn about institutions in a really short amount of time. So there's a whole hour after this. So sign up for more sessions. This is being recorded and will be available for playback within 1 week at strivescan.com/OCSCA. Finally, we know you're going to have some questions, and so don't hesitate at any time to put those questions at the bottom of your screen in the Q&A function. You don't have to wait for an institution to present in order for you to list those questions. So this is a 6x6, which means that 6 institutions have an opportunity to share information in 6 minutes. So up first, I have the pleasure to introduce to you Ocean County College. Jenna, whenever you're ready. And you're on mute.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Sure can.
Okay, perfect. Hi, everyone. So my name is Jenna Puglisi. I am from Ocean County College. I am an enrollment services technician there. So today I am going to share the basics of our enrollment process, as well as the academics and activities that we offer on our campus. So to start with some fun facts about OCC, we are the most popular college choice for high school graduates in Ocean County. In 2019, about 50% of our graduates that continued to college did so at a 2-year institution. So 92% of those graduates indicated that they would highly recommend OCC to their family and friends, and 98% indicated that they have achieved their goals. So one reason why our students are super happy with their choice that they went to OCC is because we are affordable. So I have a great chart here that compares OCC to other New Jersey schools. So we are the cheapest option at about $5,200 a year, and that does include your textbooks. For New Jersey public schools, you would be looking at about $14,000 a year, and that does not include your housing. So those are schools like Rutgers and Stockton. And then for a 4-year private school like Monmouth or Georgian Court, it's about $38,000 a year, again, not including your housing. So OCC does come in as the most affordable option to start your college education for the first 2 years, before later transferring to a 4-year university. So on that note, the degrees that we offer, the most common are an associate in arts or an associate in science. And those allow you to take your basic gen ed requirements before transferring to a 4-year school to complete your bachelor's degree. Then we also have an associate in applied science. That is more career focused. Our most popular example of that is our nursing degree. Those students do finish their degree with an RN certification so that they could go right into their field without necessarily pursuing a bachelor's. So these are just a few examples of majors that we have at our school. The full list is available on our website. If you have any questions about your major, let me know. But a few examples are nursing, performing arts, liberal arts, which is a perfect option if you're undecided about your major right now, criminal justice, business, digital mass media, and engineering. So then looking outside of the classroom, some ways to get involved. The first is athletics. So we do have a nationally ranked team since 2010. We have about 13 sports. So there's something for everyone. We have volleyball, tennis, baseball, basketball. We also have esports, which I think is super awesome. It's competitive video games, super fun. So if you have any questions about becoming a student athlete, let me know. And you could always reach out to our athletics department directly as well. Then we have student life. So for student life, those are clubs and activities that you would be getting involved in. This is just a very brief list. We have about 50 clubs and organizations. So things like student government, cheerleading, and then whenever it is safe to do so with COVID restrictions, our student life department also offers trips to nearby locations like New York and Philadelphia. And they also offer leadership training opportunities, which is just another great way to get involved with your campus community. So transferring. So this is something I want to touch upon. I know that it can be nerve-wracking if you're starting off at a community college because that is your first 2 years. So if you want to pursue a bachelor's degree, you will have to transfer later on. But thankfully in the state of New Jersey, there is something called the Lampet Law, and that does protect your credits when you transfer to a 4-year New Jersey school later on. So when you transfer, this law basically guarantees that your associate's degree will transfer over and you will be granted a junior status as long as your bachelor's program is in the same discipline. So if you pursued performing arts at OCC and then you decide you want your bachelor's in biology, that may not transfer perfectly, but otherwise your credits are guaranteed to transfer over and you will be a junior. So then getting started. So our first step is applying. We have a free application. There is no fee to submit it. There is no required essay or letters of recommendation. It's super easy to submit. The second step will be submitting the FAFSA, which is highly recommended if you would like to be considered for financial aid, and our school code is listed there. Step 3 is registering for your courses. So we have academic advisors always available to assist with that process when you're selecting your schedule. And then your last step is just to attend. So a very easy enrollment process. As I said, the first step is applying, which is on our website, ocean.edu. You would just click apply now right on the homepage. And after applying, you will receive a welcome email from us as well as your student ID number, and you will be ready to move forward with the enrollment process. Okay, so feel free to stay in touch with us. I've listed our contact information here. I'm from the Hub department. That is what we call our enrollment services department. Our email and phone number is listed there, and definitely check us out on social media as well to keep up with what is going on around our campus. Okay, thank you, everyone.
Thanks so much, Jenna, to you and Ocean County College. Don't forget, you guys can put your questions in the Q&A at any time, type out your question, and then also note the institution that you're directing your question to so they can answer appropriately. Next up, I want to introduce to you Pace University. Take it away, Morgan, whenever you're ready.
Great. Hi, everyone. My name is Morgan. I'm your admission counselor at Pace University. Starting very basically, Pace is a private liberal arts college based in and around New York City. We have 2 campuses for you to choose from. Our original site where we were first founded back in 1906 is right in the middle of Manhattan, next to the Brooklyn Bridge. It is a city campus. So, you know, when you're in one of our buildings, you're on the campus. Once you leave that building, you're in the middle of New York. So this campus really is perfect for students who thrive on that hustle and bustle, want to be in the middle of, you know, where it's all happening. This campus has around 4,000 to 6,000 students. What is nice about it, even though it's in the middle of New York, it's all very contained. So everything is within 5 blocks. At the very most, it's a 7-minute walk from one point of campus to the other furthest point of campus. And so that's our bigger, our original site. And then we do have a second campus just north of New York City. It's in a little town called Pleasantville. It's 200 acres. It's a lot more spread out. It has around 2,000 students. It's the home of our Division II sports. So really, if you're looking for that more traditional college experience, but you still want to be close to New York, be able to take advantage of everything that has to offer, this is a great option for you. For both of our campuses, housing is available all 4 years. You just have to submit your housing deposit by May 1st every year, but there's no requirement to live on campus. So about 25% of our first-year students are commuter students who either commute from home or, you know, live nearby in a house or apartment with friends. And that number goes up as the years go on. So whatever you feel most comfortable with when it comes to your living situation, we're happy to work with you. So very quickly, the PACE path is a customized 4-year plan every student writes when they first start at PACE. The plan has 2 goals. First is that you're graduating on time, so you're not staying at PACE any longer than you need to. Secondly is that you're getting everything out of the PACE experience that you want to. You can see what we call the 3 pillars of the PACE path up on the screen. Jumping into one of those, academics. So average class size for a first-year student at PACE is around 20 students for every professor, and that number does go down as the years go on. We only use professors, so we don't have any teaching assistants, no graduate assistants, and in 90% of cases, that professor will have a PhD or the highest degree that they're able to get in their field. So you're being taught by experts in the subjects you want to learn. You can see on the screen a list of our undergraduate schools. You don't need to remember these names. This is just how we arrange all of our majors. We have over 100 majors to choose from. So I'm going to quickly post that in the chat. If you did want to find those, that is at the link I just posted. On there, you will see most of our majors are available on both campuses, but there are a few that are campus specific. So you'll see that right under each major, it'll tell you what campus that major is available on. And then real world experience, internships. I think for a lot of people who are involved with PACE, if you asked us what sets PACE apart, what makes it special, this is where we're going to point you to. We have a really good record when it comes to getting students that real world experience. So on average, a student will do 4 to 5 internships during their time with PACE, at PACE. You can see on the screen, our career services department are very active when it comes to getting employers to visit campus and to meet with our students. And then when you add to that the fact that we are in the middle of New York and near New York, and how convenient it is when, logistically trying to get to and from an internship around your classes, things like that, it just leaves you with a lot more experience when you're leaving PACE. So financial aid, I mentioned at the start, we are a private liberal arts college. That means that when you see our tuition, it is going to look a little bit higher than for other schools, but we are very generous when it comes to that financial aid. So on average, that financial aid package for a student will be around $25,600, and about 95% of first-year students are offered a full financial aid package from PACE. If you did want to try to estimate ahead of time what that financial aid package might look like, on your screen, you'll see a webpage, pace.edu/calculator. We have 2 calculators there where you can put in your information and it'll give you an estimated financial aid package and out-of-pocket cost per year. Our application is very simple and it's in 2 places. It's on the Common App and it's on our website. So if you're planning on using the Common App, you just have to add us to your list. And on our website, it's the exact same. So we haven't added anything to it. PACE is test optional and that is permanent. So if you have not been able to get into a test center because of everything happening, or if you have and you're just not happy with your scores, you don't think that they reflect what you're capable of as a student, we're happy to review your application without those scores. We feel fully confident that we'll be able to make the right decision for you. And just to put you at ease, that test optional does include things like merit scholarship and things like that. So you don't have to worry about being at a disadvantage when it comes to students who do submit test scores. And then so deadlines. As you'll notice, all of these deadlines have passed. So these are actually this year's deadlines. We release our following year's deadlines normally in early August. So I would recommend checking our website around that time, but this will give you a good idea that we typically do have a few early rounds and then a regular decision round. For any students interested in the performing arts, they do have a hard December 15th deadline. And then if you do have any more questions, that's my contact information on the screen. I'll also post a link in the chat to our virtual options and other ways that you can get involved with PACE. But thank you so much for attending tonight and look forward to speaking to you soon.
Morgan, thanks so much to you and Pace University. Audience, don't forget, put those questions in the Q&A. Next up, I have the opportunity to introduce you to Penn State University. Whenever you're ready, James, you can take it away.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Courtney. Good evening, everyone. My name is James McCarty. I'm an Assistant Director of Admission here at Penn State University. I also like to share that I'm a proud Penn State alum, so I am a product of what I preach. And I'm going to jump right in and tell you all about Penn State. Penn State is a public land grant institution, and we're located in Pennsylvania. We actually have multiple campus locations, which I'll talk about in a few slides, but just to highlight some of the fast facts of Penn State, we're very proud to say that we are within the top 1% of colleges and universities that you could choose to attend all across the globe. Last year, Penn State was ranked 53rd best in the world out of more than 18,000 colleges and universities. We have a mission at Penn State that we're not just recruiting students, we're recruiting graduates. And you can see that in our graduation rate as well as our retention rate. That retention rate is the number of students that start with us and come back to year 2. So 93% of those students that start with us, again, are coming back for their second year. And even more importantly, 85% of the students that start with us matriculate on to graduation within 4 to 6 years. These statistics are very important because nationwide, those stats hover generally between 55 and 65% for most colleges and universities. So again, we're invested in our students and we want to see you progress on to graduation. At Penn State, we have over 300 study abroad opportunities in our study abroad network. You could choose to study anywhere all across the globe. We are a tier 1 research institution. So each year, over $1 billion of our $4 billion budget is set aside for undergraduate research. There's only one school in the country that allots more funds for undergraduate research than us at Penn State. So again, in terms of promoting you to get out of the classroom and apply what you're learning to the field, you've got some stellar funding to conduct your own research at Penn State. We are a very large institution, university-wide across all of our campuses. We have just under 80,000 students. So we are a large institution, but you can see that student to faculty ratio is still rather small. You know, at Penn State, you're not just a number, you'll have that connection with your fellow classmates and your instructors. Last but not least, our career services office was ranked 9th best in the country by the Princeton Review. So in terms of bridging that gap from Penn State to graduation, you also have a stellar career services office backing you. As I had mentioned, we have 20 unique campuses that are scattered all across the state of Pennsylvania. Our largest or flagship campus is the University Park campus located right in the center of the state. That one campus location has about 46,000 undergraduate students, and it's the largest college campus on the East Coast of the US. We have 5 medium-sized campuses that range roughly from about 5,000 students down to 2,000 students. Those are again scattered all across the state. And then we have 14 small campuses that range in size from about 1,500 students to our smallest campus, which has fewer than 500 students. We have campuses that are rural, some are urban, some are suburban. So with Penn State, you get something that you don't get with other schools: choices. You're in the driver's seat. You get to choose what type of college experience you're looking for. At Penn State, we like to say that we are one university geographically dispersed. So regardless of which campus you go to, you're a Penn Stater first and foremost, and you have the same rights, resources, privileges, education, and diploma across the board, regardless of which campus you attend. You can see from the map here, the campuses that have that little monopoly house located in their blue dot are campuses that have on-campus university-owned residence halls, and the campuses that just have blue dots next to the name do not have on-campus housing, but there is some type of housing option in the local area. Now, most students at the university progress through what we call our 2+2 plan, which is starting generally at a smaller or medium-sized campus for your first 2 years, and then transitioning on, in most cases, to University Park for your junior and senior year. Again, this is the majority of how students progress through our system. Over 55% of students utilize this 2+2 plan. And it is a guaranteed automatic transition after your first year, after your first 2 years, as long as you're keeping up with your academics as needed. At Penn State, we have over 275 academic programs and more than 180 minors. Literally anything you could possibly want to study, from aerospace engineering to ancient and medieval studies, we have a major for you. Now, this can be a probably overwhelming number. So another great option at Penn State is our Division of Undergraduate Studies, or our Undeclared major. At Penn State, you don't declare your major until the beginning of your junior year. With so many choices, it would truly be a disservice if we said you have to pick something right from day one. It's really built into our system to promote you to explore, see what's out there, and test the waters, again, with more than 275 academic programs university-wide. At Penn State, we have over 1,200 clubs and organizations. In terms of athletics, for example, at our University Park campus, we have Division I athletics, and we participate in the Big Ten Conference. Our 5 medium-sized campuses are all Division III for athletics, and they participate in different conferences. And then we also have a number of different other clubs and activities, literally anything you could possibly want to get involved with at Penn State, we've got options for you. Applying is very easy. Sorry, let me just bring everything up on my screen. You'll submit your application, self-reported grades. Test scores are optional, and you'll check your status in your My Penn State profile. So I know I'm out of time, so feel free to hit me with more questions in the chat or in the Q&A. Thank you so much. And I'll also put my contact information there as well. Thank you, Courtney.
James, thanks so much to you and Penn State. That 6 minutes does whiz by pretty fast. Our final presentation tonight will be from Rizzieri Aveda School. And audience, don't forget to put those questions in the Q&A. Allison, whenever you're ready.
Yes, thank you. Oh, where'd it go? Hold on, sorry.
Don't worry.
Where did it go? Okay, hi everyone. I am Allie Tarlow from Rizzieri Aveda School. I oversee outreach recruiting at Rizzieri. I work along with admissions and marketing. I'm going to touch on family history, our school, the Aveda network, career opportunities, and a little bit about professional development. So at Rizzieri, we are a very unique business. We are comprised of salons and a school. So we are Franco's Barbering, Rizzieri Salon and Massage. We are a medical spa at Rizzieri, and we have 2 locations in South Jersey. Our salon, our flagship salon is at the Morristown Mall, along with our newest salon and in Washington Township. Our school is located in Voorhees Township near Cherry Hill. Here is Frank Rizzieri on your left and Sal Rizzieri on your right. These are our founders and owners. A little bit about Rizzieri history. We are family run and owned still to this day. Franco Cipriati, Frank Rizzieri's grandfather, started our company in 1924. We started out as a barbering school on Chestnut Street in Philadelphia. We later moved to Federal Street in Camden. And one of our biggest claims to fame is that we were the first cosmetology school in the state of New Jersey. We later moved to Haddonfield and then to Marlton, where we stayed for many years. The school and the salons were under one roof. And then the family moved our flagship salon to the Morristown Mall and the school to Voorhees, where you can find us today. Programs. So we are a cosmetology school. We have licensed programs and certification programs. What does that mean? That means for cosmetology, skincare, and manicuring, you're going to sit for a New Jersey State Board exam and become licensed. Certification courses are add-ons. They're shorter courses that you can take once you are licensed. And I'm going to dive into more of this later, but we have the IMAC program, the mud makeup program, and Vamore lashes. Why Rizzieri Aveda? Our higher purpose is to help you meet your full potential. From planning your career path to designing your life choices, Rizzieri students have gone on to accomplish their goals and more. They're the salon owners, makeup artists, and estheticians who create the modern world of beauty. With the skills you learn at Rizzieri Aveda School, you'll be prepared to run your own business, work backstage at Fashion Week, and provide caring, elevated service for your guests. Just in light of time, I am going to skip the Aveda mission statement and just head right to our programs. So if you are wondering or you've been curious about doing hair, cosmetology might be the license for you. This is a 1,200-hour program. Cosmetology can be completed in 9.5 to 12 months. That was pre-COVID. timing has changed a bit, but I'm sure we'll be right back on track in the coming months. So you're going to learn how to create customized color with the Aveda hair color line, permanent and semi-permanent color. You're going to master 6 different Aveda haircuts, learn the latest working on textured hair techniques, and so much more. And then there's skincare. Skincare is the program you would head into if you want to become an esthetician. So we see skincare is on the rise. It is booming. You're going to learn anatomy and physiology in the theory phase. This is a 600-hour program, so it is half the time of cosmetology, but this is solely focused on the skin, learning everything from the décolleté up. You're going to learn 6 customizable Aveda facials, as well tons of product knowledge, spa grade chemical peels. You will get certified in microdermabrasion and gain real life experience in our senior spa. Here is a picture of Sal Rizzieri, just a little bit of in the life as a student doing a roller set. And I'm sure you're wondering, are we in school? Yes, we are. We are in the building. We're following state guidelines for capacity. Distance learning is still being integrated for the theory portion of some incoming starts. And we are practicing social distancing in our school. Everyone is in a mask. And we're offering virtual tours with admissions and financial aid. So now that process has shifted and it's been very successful. So instead of running tours all day, we have 20 to 30 people on a Zoom, and you're getting a tour of the school, meeting with our admissions reps, financial aid, and liaison. And we also do a 360 visual of the building, which is also updated constantly. So you feel like you're there even though you're not. All right, Canvas Me, something new to Rizzieri, super exciting. I do all the onboarding for this. You're probably wondering, do we help you get a job? Yes, we do. Aside from having career fairs and listing career openings on our website, we have partnered with Canvas Me, which is like a Facebook, LinkedIn made just for beauty school professionals. So market yourself as a student, as a stylist, as a barber, as an SD, as a makeup artist, and more. We have partnered with Canvas Me to set our students up for success during and beyond school. Our goal is to align them with the best beauty network to achieve their dream jobs, mentorships, and vital connections. I believe I'm out of time. Okay. Am I out of time?
About there. You have about 10 more seconds left, so feel free to go ahead.
Okay, and one of the big perks of what we offer at the school is we offer integrative medical aesthetics. This is a 6-week program that you can pair with being licensed in cosmetology or skincare, or if you are a medically licensed person, you can even be a nurse and a doctor, and you can come to Rizzieri where we host this program. Our doctors at the med spa teach it. It's 6 Sundays, and you learn advanced A&P, microneedling, med grade peels, microdermabrasion, dermaplaning, laser physics, and safety.
Thank you so much, Allison, to you and Rizzieri. It goes by super
Thank
fast. Now I'm going to ask our experts, panelists to turn back on their cameras, and I'm going to have them answer some questions for you guys. So in the order that you presented, what advice would you give someone going through this search process of next stages in life, whether that be college or the next step in general? So let's start with Ocean County College.
Okay, so my top piece of advice would be finding your fit, whatever that means to you. So I know for me, my top 3 things when I was starting college was location, affordability, and I really wanted small class sizes. And I actually started my education at OCC. It was the best fit for me. It was close from home. It was a small campus community, and that was my right fit. So I think just paying attention to what you value most and what is most important to you.
All right. Yeah. So I was thinking about this. So my thought is, if you are looking at certain schools and they give you the option to speak to a current student, to take them up on that option. So, hearing everybody's presentations tonight, like, we have all of the information. If you have questions about the application process, about what things are available, we can give you all that information. But there's only so much that we can give you unless we have attended where we're talking about what it's like to be a student there. So if they do have something on the website about, connect with a current student, or if you're able to just even email the person, your contact at the school to get that as an option, I definitely recommend doing that.
I think my big piece of advice, pretty simple, but stay connected and please don't assume. I think those are really important. Now more than ever, especially with this past year, and just keeping in touch with schools, visiting, building a connection and a rapport with us, the admissions representatives. It's also important, keep in mind, we work in admissions, in the admissions office, not the denial office. So our goal is, if you want to go to our institution, we want to do everything in our power to help make that possible for you. So keep in touch, stay connected. And again, don't assume. I think too many times we hear, well, my brother or sister said, my family friend said. Always reach out to us, because especially now, things are constantly changing at our institutions, just with rules, regulations, guidelines, processes. So please do not assume and reach out to us directly, build a good connection, and we are here for you.
You mean don't rely on College Confidential? What? Yes, these are the experts. Go to them with your questions. And finally, Allison.
I have this conversation often, and I would like to have the parents or whoever you're making the decision with to pursue school after high school, whether it be a college, university, or trade school. Me specifically, I'm going to speak to trades because that's what we do. But I think you have to keep an open mind, and not every trade school is created equally. We are a very unique, very upscale school, and I would just like to say, keep an open mind and listen to your student that is interested, and maybe also ask them, what do they see themselves doing as a career? I kind of like to go backwards. What do you see yourself doing? And then, okay, how can we get you there? Does it make sense what you're saying you want to do? So I think that's important, and to really follow your dreams, and don't just do something to be safe. Really, if you do decide you want to go into the beauty industry, maybe try any virtual opportunities that are out there while you can at this time. Be seated at home or in the car and really take advantage of those opportunities and really compare institutions.
Being open-minded is such a great piece of advice, because you might end up at a college or trade school that you never even heard of before the process starts. So great advice. So finally, I'm going to ask you guys all to answer this question. Either what is your favorite event or tradition on campus, or give an interesting or fun fact about your school. And we'll go in the same order that you presented in. So Ocean County College up first again.
Okay, so my favorite event that we offer on campus actually happens twice a year in the fall and spring, and it is our transfer fair. So since we're a two-year school, it's very crucial that you're thinking about that transfer process if you do want a bachelor's degree. So we invite schools from all over New Jersey, as well as other states, to come to our transfer fairs, and then we turn them into fun events too. So we have games and activities and food set up as you're getting to interact and connect with those other colleges, so that you figure out where you want to go next. So that's super fun in person, and we've also been doing it virtually as well.
So one of my favorite traditions at Pace is midnight breakfast. So during finals in the fall and the spring, it's exactly what it sounds like. They do breakfast at midnight. The president's there, the provost is there. It's kind of like a celebration, get some of that stress out, from all of the studying and the exams. So yeah, that's my favorite tradition.
So I'm actually going to share one of each. In terms of a fun fact, Penn State, we have the world's largest alumni network. There's over 700,000 active living dues-paying alumni association members. And again, it's the largest in the world. So you've got a great connected network with us at Penn State. For me, in terms of just my favorite tradition, There is nothing like being in Beaver Stadium, our football stadium, for a whiteout football game. They're always held at night. It's usually against the biggest opponent of the year. And we pack in over 110,000 people for that game each year. So it's just exciting, and that Penn State pride reigns during that event.
And it's going to be all the sweeter in the fall, right? With things back to normal, fingers crossed.
At Rizzieri Aveda School, my favorite thing that we do is we go to Fashion Week every year. So it's a big perk of coming to the school since Frank, he usually does a show a season. I did go last year, and we did the Tadashi show. So we do take students who are at a certain attendance and skill level, and they get a call. We make it a really big deal. We call and let them know that they are being entered to win. And then when they win, they get accepted to come with us. And, it's just like, I always talked about it being a perk in admissions. And then when I got to go and I was there, it was literally insane, fast paced. So now I can really discuss why it's so cool that they get to go. I mean, some people never get that opportunity. If it's something that has always been something you've wanted to do, then you can strive to do it. And it definitely can put a lot into perspective in case you did want to take a move and move to a more metro place or up north to New York, and work at salons or spas there.
Awesome. Well, I would like you to take a hard look at all these faces on this screen. They are all professionals and they are here to help you. As was mentioned earlier, there is no silly question, and always feel free to reach out to them. They are here literally to help you. So with that, I would like to say thank you so much for joining us this evening. And as you close out, there'll be a quick 4-question survey. We hope that you'll provide us with some feedback. There's still 1 hour more of sessions, so sign up for more if you're interested. The recording of this session will be available within 1 week at strivescan.com/OCSCA. And with that, best of luck with your college search process, and have some fun too. Bye, guys.